Hello everybody, and welcome to a short bonus stream. Primarily this will be for the YouTubes. Today we are going to make from scratch a landing page for whatever VTT you use. In my case it's going to be for Foundry, because there's some very cool functionality that can be used with Dungeon Alchemist for Foundry. After you've done a landing page, we'll also look at making a Theatre of the Mind campsite scene and importing that into Foundry as well. So without much further ado, let's get cracking, shall we? So, first things first. Whoops, did not mean to make that room. Let's think about what kind of theme we want in the immediate background of our landing page. I think for this one we'll have a maybe an alchemist's laboratory. Just make a, I don't know, 8x8 room. We don't need a particularly large room because we're going to be so zoomed in. And let's get rid of a bunch of crap and find a nice corner of the room I find is a nice one to use. Or maybe we could just use the back. Yeah, we'll just use the back. Right, now the first thing we want to do is find some furniture and some kind of desk to act as the surface which we're going to build on. This is a very cool desk. This could work as well if we can remove the book. No. Let's see, do we have any other kind of desks that could work here? No, I think this one was a good one to go with. Let's also put maybe some sort of chair in here. So what could work well? Well, that clearly won't work for the time being. Let's go with just a standard old chair. Okay. So, one thing I want is some sort of light. Maybe you want a lantern, maybe? Maybe we'll just go with candles. Let's have a look. Do we go with the candelabra? Can't seem to put it on top of that. That's... oh, that's a shame. Could work. Do we just have a bunch of drippy candles? Oh, we can't put anything on this banner here for some reason. So change that. Let's have make a brazier, but make it really small, couldn't we? No. So maybe we do on the lanterns. Oil lantern could work quite nicely. Because we've got to think about the angle we're going to take this from. What's this? they're funky. Okay, I think we're going to go with candles, and I think we'll go with... probably just this candelabra. We'll make it a tiny bit smaller. There we go. Let's also get rid of the other light sources in this room. And let's make it nighttime. Let's have the direction of the moon not interfere with the desk at all. Right, now let's decorate the table. Let's go with... okay, some things we're going to need will be not paintings. Where is it? It's utility, library. Hey, Emmy. I want this piece of parchment here. Now I'll make this smaller because this has this icon here. Let's also make the desk bigger for the moment so we can see what we're working with. Right, now what do we want as like the main image on the desk for us to work with? For this, let's use... okay, I need to rotate it. The River Kingdoms. I'm doing quite well, thank you. How are you doing? Right, now I want to just decorate this desk with other stuff. Now, what I've done for my personal one is got this same parchment, made them much smaller. I had like a character's portrait here. So maybe we could do the same thing with this, and let's find a picture of someone. There we go. Hey, Fog. How you doing, buddy? And I think we need a bit more lighting on this desk. So do we just go with... that's a bit big. Just another candle? I want proper, like, drippy. Don't like the shadows that's creating. Yeah. Aha, okay, I can actually do this. Let's find abstract pit. Abstract pit, which is control to... okay. So screenshots of Twitter is pretty hard to do this. Definitely keen to steal the idea. Hey, anytime. Okay, actually, can I make you smaller still? I can, but I have to cleverly put it on something. Then makes it... oh, wait. Now, will it work? That's not a magic item. There are magic items. So maybe I'll just try the cube. How small can I get the cube? Kinda small. Okay, so there's a trick you can do with this big round rug. This is currently the smallest I can get this item without fucking around. So, but if I put it on the rug... oh, why is it not doing... okay, maybe it's the wrong rug. So the carpet I have to do it on. There we go. See, it shrinks anything on it. Now I can take this here and put the abstract item there, and put the candles top of the abstract item. I can then go to the abstract item, and I can choose a particular file, which is basically it's a PNG file that has a transparent canvas. So as soon as I choose this, it makes the cube invisible. So technically these candles are sat above the cube, not on this piece of wood, because for some reason you can't actually put it on that wood. And you can use that trick all over the shop. It's a very cool little trick. Let's see, do we want to kind of like... Oh, it'd be cool to have a small one of these, wouldn't it? A small ice sculpture. So we want the carpet. First we'll make her as small as we can. She's actually pretty small, but I kind of want to make it... Actually, maybe we'll have a collection of statues that are all small. Have you small. And we'll have small lion. And a small knight. And you could even use these. Oh, actually, this is a... Hey. I have an idea. Just come to me. So we're going to make these guys a little bit smaller. Let's put them up. Come on. Oh, what? I can't put things on top of here. Here we go. Oh. That's bizarre. There's a weird drop-off point. Huh. It's fine. I guess I can use this area over here. Oh, it's weird. He's floating. I dislike that. So we'll have to find something to go underneath them. Okay, let's also fiddle around with lighting. So get things front lit. The right kind of tone. I don't think it's too dark, that's the thing. I also have to think about the angle of which I'm going to do this. So actually, let's just have it with 3 objects for now. And this will come, what I'm going to do with this is, this will come apparent later. Let's make the chair bigger as well, so you can see the back of the chair. And rotate it a bit. It's not completely uniform. Right, what other kind of decorations should we have on this desk? Well, some sort of book, like a journal. So let's go with utility. Back to library. Medical book. It's the old Necronomicon. Okay, this desk is proving to be a pain in the arse to work with. Okay, that's good enough there. Timepiece? No. Something magical to go on the desk. Oh yeah, let's do the old cauldron. Whoa, that's big. That needs to get shut down. Wait, was it even the Witch's Cauldron I used last time? Or was it Alchemist Tools? It was Alchemist Tools. This cauldron. Make you teeny tiny. Or we could use you as a light source. Potentially instead of that candle. I think we'll want more library stuff. We'll need inkwell. Put it on the map. What else could we use? Anyone has any suggestions on what should clutter up a desk, which we're going to use as a landing page? Some treasure. Stack of coins. Sure. And okay, I think this is enough to do what we need to do. There's more we can work on. In fact, actually, is there a way of getting some other animated items? What could we use? So maybe a potted plant? Like a teeny tiny potted plant? No, not that. What could work? I guess we could try and build one. Oh, I can't be asked to fuck around with that. No, this will do for now. This is going to be super simple. So we've got a couple of decoration items, like a book. Got the map. So I have the book clipping into that. Some coins, got a couple of different light sources, got the map, and then these I'm going to use in place of characters. That's one thing I did want to put up there. I wanted to put up some sort of thing for them to sit on, so maybe we look at rugs. No. When you guys do this at home, you can make your desk far prettier than this. Right, so the next thing we want to do is go to... we need to go to... here we go. To cinematic mode. This basically gets rid of the whole heads-up display. Now you want to find your perfect kind of angle. So... be quite finicky, but that's not too shabby. That works quite well. Then, as you can see at the top, there is F for a screenshot. So you can just tap F, save as a screenshot, and then, hey presto, you got your landing page or something like Roll20. So Foundry, however, if you press the R button, you'll start recording the scene. And I would record it for about 5 or 6 seconds, should be enough. We zoom in. We'll build it from this angle. Okay, first, let's, should we rough up the terrain? Let's rough up the terrain. So this is a little trick I use to make what's effectively noise in the terrain. I'll just do a whole bunch of up, just I'm not looking to make it super sharp or anything. I'll also do it on lower terrain. And then smooth terrain, I'll put the biggest brush size, least strength, and I'll just do quick. It's almost imperceivable. There is a slight variation in the... You can go more, I guess. You could go... This might actually get a better result if you were to do something like that. Hey, Ishu! How you doing? And then we'll just go to smooth terrain, biggest brush size, least strength, and then see, it gives it a rough, ununiform feel to it, which is just what we need for the canvas of this. So I, for the life of me, cannot remember where tents and such are held. Luckily, there's a search function. And we don't want the whole thing in view, just enough that we know it's like a campsite. And then we'll want campfire. We'll whack this here. See, that's a lot of fire. So what I like to do is go to the abstract, get the cube, make it as small as possible. And work out why it's not staying there. Because I've got collisions on. Whoops. Then there was, I think it's under effects, cinders. Oh, smallest brush size, smallest strength. But you can see the problem, right? That's a lot of cinders. But I think... Oh, they're not going with it. How did I do this last time? Last time I managed to get the cinders to sit on top of something. Or was it using this? And then shrink them? That's what I did it. I did it on the plane. So let's quickly clear them. So I'll make this teeny tiny. And that then allows you to make tiny cinders. And then as soon as we make the green plane invisible, look, a nice soft going fire. There's a gentle crackling down, not burning high. And if you need to suddenly turn it on, you can just do that, and the embers kind of mix in with the others. So it's all good. But I prefer my campfires to look like that when I'm doing a nighttime scene. So we just need to decorate the scene slightly. Let's do lighting. It's going to be nighttime. And I don't want shadows going onto this. So let's move position of the moon. Oh, that's nice. Having these shadows around here gives it a nice atmosphere. Okay, so next we want a cooking this tripod. Like that. What's the difference between the two? Oh, that's got something in it. Okay. Then we'll also go with, what else would we have at the campsite? Some mushrooms about. And to break up some of the uniformity. So this is just, I'm just doing a super simple, I'm not going into massive detail, it's more of a, this is something you can do within Foundry. Ah, it's a good log to sit on. Yeah. Log. Might need to search for fallen tree thinking about it. Alright, here we go. Deadlock. Perfect. And somebody had a... Is there a camping chair in this? Like one of those little foldable chairs. Someone bought... Nah, fuck it. This will do. This is primarily what I wanted. You can make it far better looking. And if we go back into cinematic mode again, get our position we want. And then just record it for about 4 or 5 seconds. Perfect. And this, I call this night cam. Oh wait, put them from the workshop, don't I? Open published map. My maps. Let's grab this one. Okay, one of the other things you can do is you can either use a cinematic cam, which, if we look at it, going forwards, it's okay. Actually, it's pretty good. One of the other things you can do, however, is be a token, and you get that kind of moving up and down little motion. It's just a nice little extra thing. It's lava. So you can kind of view your maps as a player. You can jump. I don't think you can crouch. But one thing you can do is you could take a quick video. I'll call that Bloody Room Expo. The reason I'm saving these videos as very short segments is because the bigger you make them, the longer they take to load. Simple as that. Right. So that's the bare bones of what we need to do in Dungeon Alchemist. If you wanted to spend more time on the maps, on the locations to make them look prettier, do it. So, what I'm going to do now is swap to Foundry. Here we go. So this is my beginner's box well for Pathfinder 2nd edition I've got set up. And I'll do this from scratch. So, first thing we want to do for the landing page is go to our Scenes tab. We want to create a scene. I'll call this landing page. Create new. Let's correct that. And then all we do is for the background image. So it's in here. Oh god, I'm filling up this folder with shit. Damn. Oh, here's the file we wanted, the test landing. And you choose this for your background image. You can save MP4s as the background image. Or save, because there's no size data, it will automatically try and fit the image. So we go yes. Here we go, here's our landing page. Oh, right, I haven't got the helpful things. I have to do it this way. Okay, so there's a few things we still need to do to fix this. Is go to configure. I want no grid. Lighting, you want to get rid of token vision. And you want to get rid of fog exploration, because when the players come to this page, you want it all visible. One other thing we can do is configure the darkness level just to make it a tiny bit darker. Yes, padding off would be a good idea as well. I've got to remember where the hell padding is. I should have probably got rid of the... Wait, is there any padding? Oh, padding percentage, thank you. Right, because this is all we really care about. So, one of the modules you'll need to do what we're going to do today, if I go to manage modules, please ignore how many I have. I don't use all of them. It's because I'm running games over 2 different systems. The one we really want to do what we're about to do is called Monk's Active Tile Triggers. It's a very useful, clever bit of kit. Before we get stuck into that, let's enhance this. And by enhance, I mean it's all nice and well and good having the smoke there, but let's turn this like 8 up to a 10. Just put a wall around here. Oops, it's been wall select now. Now if I select all of these, double click on any one of them, we'll change light restriction normal, sight restriction none, movement none. No one's going to be moving, but if they put their tokens on here, update that. Now any light we put in here will be confined within there, which allows us to do some fun stuff. For example, we could do swirling fog. We could change the colour to match that hue. We could turn the colour intensity down a tad. Update that. And it just adds a little bit more to it. Just a little bit more movement. It's incredibly subtle. Now the candles flicker, that's all well and good, but let's of course, if you hold down shift you can choose to blink it anywhere. Now because we've actually got animation, we stupidly complicated this if we wanted to. Let's pick that colour. There's the light. I want the colour intensity to go way down. And I want animation, torch. Animation intensity should be, whoa, that's not right down there. Animation speed, all the way up. Move it to like an 8. Now if I copy you, I place you down there. Again, it just gives it a bit of pop. Just a tiny tiny little thing. Right, now onto the main bit. So first things we need to do is go to drawing tools. Sorry, tiles I want to do. I can't remember if it was... Okay, there's a tile I want to do. Okay. So if I go to my tile browser and I go to tiles, I have an invisible tile. So if I drag this invisible tile onto here, and again, holding down shift can make it stop snapping to grid. If I just make the tile that big, then let's lock it in place so I don't accidentally move it. If I now double click on it, what Monks does is it adds a trigger tab to this. Now the trigger here, what I could do for instance is I have a journal, then we've got, let's see, Atari locations, just use that. So if I go with when controlled by anyone, when enter, I don't need enter, that's if a token hits the tile. So you can do some this mod is very in depth, but all we need for it is when you double click on it, don't need to change any of that. And then the actions, you need to add an action. So action, I want to open a journal and I want to use, no, not that one. Have the gazetteer, and then shown to the triggering player. Update tile, come back. Can't see the tile or anything, but I double click here on the map, bam. Opens up a journal entry. What I could do now is get back to my tile browser. Put another tile down. This time I'm going to put it over the knight statue. Okay, let's make it smaller first. That works. And I'll lock it in place. And then we'll need to create... Okay, we've got heroes, cool. We'll use Valeros for this. Trigger for this one. When someone double clicks on it. Actions, add an action. Choose that. Oh, I did that wrong. Trigger action should be to open an actor sheet. Then choose the target. Then choose Valeros. Shown to triggering player. Update tile. Come back. Didn't work. Did I not update the tile? Triggers, setup. Oh, I still have it on enter. I need to change that to double click. And the nice thing is, okay, I thought it would work on any layer. It looks like it's only on the token control layer, but let's say you can open up Valeros, the character sheet. And you can set the permissions of who can do it. And that's the bare bones way of setting up a landing page, you know? So you could set this up as like a bestiary or creatures people have known. You could make this a bigger journal entry with a big picture of the map, or you could literally have I mean, you can already kind of do stuff like this by dragging journal notes on there. But there's something nice about not having icons and still being able to double click and open your character sheet, etc. So yeah, that's the super bare bones way of making a landing page. If we were to making the Theatre of the Mind page is super simple. All you have to do is create a scene. I'll call this Night Camp. And then background image for this one we will choose will be Night Camp. Select a file, save, say yes. And then you should spell it right. And that's our Night Camp. And then you can do the usual thing of getting rid of the grid. And then you can do a Theatre of the Mind. You could also have other images, like you'd have a, let's see if I put in a tile of cards do we even have. I had some for Wrath. I mean, like you could put in Ezrin. Okay, you probably want something with a invisible background. We could have page, you. So you could have the camp scene of these two talking. It's just fun ways of doing just some theatre of the mind. You don't have to have a grid. You don't have to have a mega dungeon. Dungeon Alchemist can be used for many things. If I don't have it anymore, but you can also, if we go to the journal tab, and if we just add another page, I'll call this Night Camp, and you can choose the type to be a video. Create a new page, and then we'll go back to video. We'll choose a file. Call this Blood Room Expo, even though I called it Night Camp. And autoplay the video, loop the video, video volume right down. Bingo. You can have videos inside journals. So you could take very short clips of maps you've made in Dungeon Alchemist, and if someone says, I don't get it, what does this room look like? You could have prepared as a GM and given a panning view of the room, and you could go show the players. You can give people the ownership, or then show them on their screen, and you can even just, because it's a video file, you have the power to stop, pause, scan through, go, yeah, okay, this is what you see down the pit. And this is the room as you see it when you come in. As you walk up to the pit and look down, this is what you see. The functionality of Dungeon Alchemist combined with Foundry is insane. You can literally control a token in a dungeon you've made in Dungeon Alchemist. You can take a whole series of images of each room. You could take screenshots, you could take short 2-second videos, and then you could add them to the description of the journals, giving an actual up-close thing of what it looks like. And it doesn't even have to be as limited as the room. That's the stream for this evening. It was always aimed to be very short and sweet. just given a quick tutorial over the use of Dungeon Alchemist and use of Foundry implementation. What I'll probably do over the next couple of days is chop this up within the Twitch video producer, get it up on the YouTube as a tutorial, and then I'll spam it everywhere I can find. Until next time, guys, which is Thursday, for our Pathfinder Abomination Vaults game. See you then. And if anyone ever has questions about what I've done or how I do it, or further questions, hit me up in the Discord or the Twitters. I'm always happy to answer questions. Till next time, guys. Stay safe. See you soon. Good night.